Hello folks, what we have here is some motion pictures from the 1979 movie called The Big Blonde, starring Sally Kellerman and John Lithgow. It was filmed in it depicts the 1920s. But it says here Joe's Speakeasy. Well, New York City. It was filmed here in Philadelphia, where I'm from. I was the manager of a restaurant then, and they picked the location because inside it was already, the stairway and a big dining room. It's a restaurant, so we're able to use it by just putting some props. And there's a big stairway going up to the second floor that we use for parties. They made that Joe's Speakeasy. So now, let's see what I'm going to do here. I want to sell the pictures and these shots that they probably used. It was taken like when they were doing the cameras. Probably used it for editing purposes. But I took these pictures here. Now there's Sally Kellerman. She's outside the front of the restaurant. Now there's 24 pictures there. All together, there's one of them. And now she's outside again. It looks like with the producer and the director. And this is outside the front of a London restaurant in Philadelphia, PA. Now altogether there's 24 pictures. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show them here. I'm going to try. Okay. There's one. Now that's on the second floor. That's in Joe's Speakeasy. Here's a guy setting it up. Now let's see if I can get another one. That's also up there. You see the way that they made it look old by adding, props, bottles and things. Okay. Here's a couple of the crew right there, hanging around taking a break in the restaurant, in between shots. Here's another. I think she was the hairstylist. Got her picture. Here's another shot. Looks like it's just people hanging around getting ready for their scene in the restaurant. Oh. Here's another one of this. I think she's a makeup artist, this woman here. So, here's a set designer, I think. He was there. They let me take pictures though. And we'll go over here again, the other side, which is, let's see. Okay, Sally Kellerman. We'll flip it over here. Now, this is the outside of the restaurant. London restaurant and bar in Philadelphia. Now you see on the second floor, that's where Joe's Speakeasy was. See how they have the windows blocked off? Okay. Now I know who this is. This lady's the owner of the London restaurant. Her name is Dolores. She's getting her hair done. She was also an extra in the movie. Let's see. Oh. There we go. Another scene with them hanging around in between, doing the break, some of the extras. Okay. And there is one of the staff. He's giving a massage to one of the workers there. This scene here. So all this was taken. I took these pictures when they were all taking breaks, in between doing makeup and whatnot. Okay. There it is again. That's the owner. She's getting her hair done. And there's the, this lady was the hostess for the restaurant, Nicoletta. And she was, you know, dancing around in the movie. She had a good part. There she is again. It was a good opportunity, you know. The people who worked there, they used them as extras, including me. I didn't have much of a part. I just sat there at the bar. And speaking of bar, now this is the second floor, the Joe Speakeasy, and the guy's the bartender was a bartender for the restaurant, so he got a part because he was already, they didn't need to hire anybody, they had him. Okay, and here's Coletta there with a couple people, a couple of the extras in the movie. And there's Dolores again, the owner. She looks a little bit awed by everything. And when you have a movie being done in your restaurant, it's kind of exciting, you know. I was there, and that's how come I took these pictures. You know, there's another one. I snap whatever I could snap. We're having a drink together there, huh? We're having a good time. So these pictures, looking for someone who's maybe collects, you know, movie memorabilia, you know. There might be some interest to them. Okay, here we go. Now these pictures, they gave it to me. I think they used them when they had the cameras and all. They kind of, for editing purposes. This says Joe Speakeasy. Probably when they made, you know, for the movie. Let's take that one. Okay, here's close-up of Sally Kellerman. You know who she was. She played in MASH, Hot Lips. So anybody's collecting that kind of material might be interested in this, because this is more, not so well known, the movie. It was a PBS movie for TV. Okay, let's see what's else. Okay, now there's John Lithgow, and there's, I think it's Sally Kellerman. Now see, this is the restaurant inside. What they did was they put the tablecloths and the curtains. That's what they did, because the place was big and they didn't have to do all that. So it was the actual perfect place to make this movie. Okay. Now there's John Lithgow again dancing around with somebody. It shows you this place was big, and it really looked real. It looked like it was back in the day. Okay. There's Sally Kellerman again. And you can see she's and plus the hairstyles and the costumes. It had all the music too back in the day. This was a pretty good movie. And there's John Lithgow dancing with someone, and I know that that's not Sally Kellerman. So you can see, if anybody interested in these pictures, well, there's the last one. It shows everybody having a good time, the way they did back in the day, playing all that music and all. So right now, I gave you a good look at it, and I think the best picture here is this Joe Speakeasy, because that's what the movie was about. You know, back in the day, and that restaurant, you know, that they filmed, it was big and on the second floor, like I said, and it was already a bar up there. I think I'll end. If anybody's interested, make sure you read the description, even though I've given a pretty good description here. If anybody's interested, you can contact me. I'm going to leave my information in the description. I hope you enjoyed this presentation.